Okay, so Hillary Clinton got an award last night at the Brady Center for Prevention of Gun Violence, or whatever it's called. And they said, oh, you're great, blah, blah, blah. Well, she gave a speech. In the speech, she said that gun violence in the United States is a national emergency. She said gun violence is so bad, it's a national emergency, okay? Made it, like, ooh, like almost like we ought to call it martial law to stop the gun violence. It's so bad, like just really putting it out there like that. And, we got to do something. It's time to do something, just driving it home. Okay, so that got me thinking. I said to myself, I wonder how many people were killed with guns last year. So I looked it up. I went to the FBI statistics page. You can just Google FBI statistics. It'll take you right to the FBI's website. And you can look up whatever you want to and find out how many people were killed by guns. 2014, there were 8,124 people murdered with guns. Okay, 8,000 people, about a little more. 8,000 people were murdered with a gun in 2014. So then I saw that it went all the way back to 1995. So I clicked on 95. This would have been 3 years into Bill Clinton's presidency, after he passed in 94, passed the crime bill. So obviously, since we're in a state of freaking emergency right now and the sky's falling, obviously there had to have been much better back in her day. So I looked it up, and in 1995, 16,305. In 1995, it was 16,000 people being murdered a year with a gun, and it's 8,000 last year. Okay? Half. Not to mention, we got 50 million more people in this country in the past 20 years. So we got a bigger population group, and it's half what it used to be. So, again, percentage-wise, gun murder is way down. More than half if you count the increase in population. So, she's saying it's a national emergency. It's getting better every damn year. How's something get to the point of a national emergency when it improves every year and it's getting better and better? And I hate to say it, it's 8,000 people, but there are 319 million people. 319 versus 8,000, it's not a lot. In comparison, when you look at that number, it's minuscule. So I mean, it's not good anyone's getting shot or killed or anything, but we're humans and we've been killing people since the dawn of time. So that's just the way we are. There are people in this world who are criminals, who are awful. The thing is do we give up our freedoms because there are criminals in our midst? And if we gave up our freedoms, would that even stop them from getting firearms? Because there are countries in Europe that don't let you have firearms, and guess what? They smuggle them in with the drugs. We have laws across our state where coke and heroin and meth aren't legal. Guess what? It's in every damn state. So, question is we can't even stop the criminals from getting this stuff. We can't stop them from selling drugs, and we can't stop them from getting firearms. So why are we going to disarm the rest of us? And the point is, the politicians want to disarm us either because they want to control us or they want to take away our power so they have more control. And they're going to try to scare us and make up these fairy tales. And the fairy tale is this, that it's a national emergency, that we have so much gun violence. Well, guess what? It's half what it was 20 years ago when she was in charge the first time and couldn't do anything about it. They passed a crime bill that had almost no effect. When the crime bill went out of effect after 10 years, guess what? The crime kept going down. It wasn't their crime bill that did it. It was other factors that improved on the violent crime rate dropping. So, and plus now we have all ARs, but the murder rate's still going down. Well, I thought the ARs are what are killing everyone. Guess what? They're not. They're used in less than 3% of all gun murders as a rifle. And they don't even know which ones are ARs and which ones are just normal rifles. So, I mean, it's not used by criminals. And so anyway, and another point is she wants to get rid of the gun show loophole and all this. Almost all these people that have committed these mass atrocities, these mass murders, all bought their guns legally passing a background check. So, again, the background check is not the answer to stop the nut jobs that plan this stuff out. I mean, that's like saying, I want to stop a supervillain from doing something, so we'll just not have fertilizer in our country ever again so that they can't make anything that'll blow up. They'll find a way. They're a supervillain, okay? I'm not saying these people are supervillains. They're going to find a way to do it. We live in a free society, and people, when they want something, if they have money, can go and buy it illegally. Sorry, that's the way it is. If we cut all the guns off today, they would still come over here from Russia and other places because we would have a demand and they would just be cutting one supply, so it would be filled in by another. This is the way a free country and economics works. Okay, we have jobs here. Guess what? Mexicans cross the border. That's illegal. But guess what? If we didn't have jobs, they wouldn't come here and work. They wouldn't come here in droves if we didn't have a labor shortage that they are coming over to fill. So that's a whole other ball of wax though. But anyway, just remember, Hillary is making up just big old lie stories. Obama is coming up with this one story that he's trying to pass off to everyone and get them to take hook, line, and sinker, and that is places with stricter gun control laws have less gun violence. That is totally not true. There are lots of places with very strict gun control that have lots of high murder rates with guns. California is their #1 state for the best gun control laws, and they have a higher murder rate than Texas, okay? We're the Wild West out here in their opinion, and more people are getting shot per 100,000 in California than here in Texas. We're pretty close, but they got us a little bit. And they're saying the worst state for people getting killed with guns is Wyoming. Well, I looked up Wyoming. Wyoming's less than California. So you're sitting there going, how can you even say that? How can you even put forth that opinion when somebody can look at the freaking raw data by the FBI and say, wait a second, more people are dying per 100,000 in California by guns than the worst state, Wyoming, that you consider the worst state for having gun laws. So how can you say what you're saying? It is total lies, totally made up. So I'm just irked at them. All of them, and trust me, all sides, they're all big fat liars. But go out, look stuff up for yourself. Don't trust these people on TV. Anyone running for president is a lying SOB, and you shouldn't buy any of the stories they're telling you. Okay, you're in America, you're free. Go and look up the information yourself. If they say something that sounds magical and fantastical, go look it up and fact check it, because most of the time they're just making crap up as they go.